you are changing in ways you can't even imagine. So we're going through this tremendous period of transformation and integration. And in the process of transforming, we have to let go of a lot of things that we were, a lot of things that we did, a lot of beliefs that we held, views that we held, things that were important to us. All of that is changing on a very deep level right now. And that kind of transformation, you know, when we see movies, most movies are about some sort of transformation. You know, you remember the Rocky movies. You know, he goes through this whole transformation, lets go of who he was, steps into this, you know, image of this champion that he's meant to be, and he has to change a lot of things in his life. And there is some grittiness to that movie, but a lot of us still try to romanticize and fantasize about what transformation is actually like. But the truth is that transformation is painful sometimes. It's ugly. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It's painful. And the more that we realize that that's the way it's supposed to be, might make it a little bit easier. The worst thing that we can do in this situation where we're transforming is tell ourselves that we should be experiencing it differently. We should be calmer about it, that we shouldn't be so emotional, that it should be easier. The more we should ourselves about our transformation, about what we're experiencing, the worse it's going to feel. And another thing that we do that makes it much more painful is we compare ourselves to other people. We look at other people's lives, which mostly we see on social media, which most of the time is a big fat lie. Nobody's real life is showing up on social media most of the time. So we're not comparing apples to apples. You're, putting yourself in a situation where, again, you're creating this painful dialogue with yourself. You're saying this person has an easier life than I do. This person has a better life than I do. This person was a rotten person, and look at how easy their life is, or look at how great their life is, and I've been a good person, and why should I have to live this way? So these are all normal things. As you're going through transformation, a lot of anger comes up, a lot of tears, a lot of frustration, jealousy, rage. I mean, all of the things that we tend to repress as human beings come out during these transformative periods. So, breakthroughs and revelations and awakenings and, everything finally making sense and us getting what we want, those are all very romantic notions, but it's no good to think about things that way right now when most of us are exhausted, confused, frustrated, angry, numb. Old coping strategies are coming up, and that presents a whole other level of frustration. Old patterns with, people, old unhealthy patterns especially, are coming up. So you just have to let yourself remember that this is supposed to be an ugly, messy time. And there's nothing you need to do to fix it. It's playing itself out in the way it needs to in order for you to get the healing that you need naturally. The people that need to show up for you and give you messages will do that. So pay attention when people show up and tell you things or have conversations with you about certain things. It's all guidance. And even the people who are triggering you, the people that you're having disagreements with or even fights with, those are all very purposeful. They're meant to show up when they show up, to push the emotion out of you, to get a reaction out of you so that that level can be cleared. So never beat yourself up for having difficult situations like this. Never beat yourself up for how you're feeling during the transformation. You have to give yourself some space and some grace and some breathing room. Spend some time with yourself. Spend some time out in nature. Spend a lot of time just being quiet, not looking at your phone, not doing things. Even doing household chores is better than sitting in front of a screen. There's something meditative about just doing the work of being a human being. Cleaning, cooking. Those kinds of things are very grounding and very purposeful if you do them, if you allow yourself to enjoy them. If you allow yourself to go at a nice, steady, even, non-rushed pace. It's a challenge for me. I'm laughing at myself because when I clean, it's kind of frantic. So it's not very relaxing for me. So again, the best thing for you is that kind of stillness, that kind of going back to basics and just letting yourself rest with things. Anytime the thoughts come up and start getting really loud, again, you see that they're happening. Remind yourself it's purposeful. It's happening for a reason. I don't need to engage with it. I don't need to believe my thoughts. I don't need to argue with them. I just need to let them be and just find as much stillness and as much peace as you can for yourself. This is a very deep time of transition, and you're going to come through it just fine. So live today as if you've already come through it just fine, because that's what's going to happen. Hang in there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.